Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Garland here bringing you a new Neverwinter video. And today we are continuing our playlist of Astral Diamond farming guides. Now it's very sporadic when I put one of these videos out because normally there isn't much opportunity to make AD other than just running your daily queues and doing your trials and whatnot. Now we're on actual YouTube right now. I want to show you guys. I actually have a video on Dreadring already, and this was made way back in like 2016. So it's coming up on the 4-year mark of me putting a video out on Dreadring. This actually has almost 40,000 views on it, 38,000 or something. And we're going to be talking about Dreadring today, but it's specifically an event we're going to talk about. We're talking about 2 times Refinement. So we're going to jump in game. We're going to show you exactly what to do, what you're looking for, and how to farm this adequately. So I'll see you in the game here momentarily. Alrighty guys, and here we are on Xbox currently. And this is the event that we're specifically talking about. It's the 2 times Refining Stones. So this doesn't really necessarily have to do that much with Dreadring. If you want to watch the previous video I put out on Dreadring, we're going to be going over a lot of the same mechanics. I will leave a link in the description to the original Dreadring video. However, again, like that was 4 years ago. Times have now changed. So we have a 2-time Refining Stone event. So essentially the chase item here is going to be the Enchanting Stone rank 5. If you're still progressing your character, or maybe you're a new character, you've run into this problem where you simply cannot accumulate enough of these Enchanting Stones. The reason being is that there's just no place in the game to get these other than Dreadring. You can get them from your Legacy store, and I believe maybe in the PvP store, but as a static drop rate, there's no source of it, and that's the problem. So you have supply and demand. You have an influx of new players currently in the game that are trying to rank up their gear, their enchantments, their artifacts, and there simply just isn't enough supply per se. So if you check your auction house, depending on what platform you are, you can kind of see the prices. Now, since the event is going on currently, all the prices right now are down. So if you're farming these looking to make profit, you're not going to want to sell these during the event itself. You're going to want to wait a couple weeks after the event is over and then slowly start moving your stock. We can clearly see here they're going for around, here's 270k for 10. These are essentially 27k each. There was times before the event started that I would see these going for 40,000 just for one. Just for one Enchanting Stone rank 5. They would go for 40,000, upwards of 50, and I think they peaked around 55, 60,000. So you're talking about significant profit margins, and this is why everyone is taking advantage of this. Not only for the sheer fact that if you still do need the reagent itself, but you can profit from this fairly easily because this isn't a very hard thing to farm here. So let's go ahead and talk about what you need and why we're in the Dreadring. If you navigate over your campaigns, you go to the Dreadring and you open the schedule. We're mainly focused on farming this event Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and the weekends. You don't really want to farm this event on Mondays and Fridays. Typically, everyone takes advantage over the weekend. However, Tuesdays is Dreadspire, Wednesday is Deathforge, and Thursday is Phantasmal Fortress. Phantasmal Fortress is the easiest to do. You can literally do it in about 1 minute. So, yeah, that's why everyone does very hardcore farming on Thursdays and the weekend. The weekend, you can pick whatever one you want. For purposes of the video, Dreadspire is right here on the map, Deathforge is right here, and Phantasmal Fortress is right here. Now let's talk about what you actually need. So we are in the Dreadring. You're going to come over to the Bounty Master. You're going to want to talk to him. Open up the store, and you're going to need Vanguard scripts. Okay? Now you can get Vanguard scripts in a few methods, which I'm going to go over. The first one is you can simply farm indefinitely. even when the event isn't active, you can pre-plan for when the event is coming. So next time the event comes around on the calendar, you can prepare yourself. So if you're watching this video in the future and 2 times refinement isn't currently going on, you can start heavily farming this. All you have to do to get onyx fragments is kill enemies in the dread ring. So anytime you're killing anything, they're going to drop onyx fragments, and then you're going to turn those onyx fragments into Vanguard scripts. Essentially, you need 50 fragments for 1 key. 50 fragments will buy you 10 Vanguard scripts, and it's going to cost you 10 Vanguard scripts to purchase a key. So once you have a plethora of Vanguard scripts, you talk to this guy? Is it this guy? Or is it this guy? This guy. The Thayan Lair key is the item you need to accumulate and go after. This is what's going to give you the opportunity to open the chest at the end of doing Phantasmal Fortress. And you can farm this, like I said, indefinitely, as many times as you want to grind, however many hours you want to grind. As long as you have the keys, you can do it. So for instance, currently in my inventory I have whatever, 164 scripts. So that's essentially, what, 16 keys or something? I don't know, math's hard. So once you have your keys, you can then farm Phantasmal Fortress. Now, if you don't like Phantasmal Fortress, you can do the other 2. You can do any one of the 3. The next thing I want to talk about is the Genie's Gifts. You always want to keep Genie's Gifts on your radar in the auction house. I currently have 43 just to show you guys. But you can turn in 1 Genie's Gift is going to give you 15 Vanguard scripts. So 2 Genie Gifts is going to get you 3 keys. So if you cross-reference and check your platform on the auction house, if you want to gamble and buy Genie's Gifts, assuming you're going to get the drop, right? Because it's RNG, guys. You're not guaranteed the Enchanting Stone drop. It can drop any rank, right? It can drop the rank 3s. It can drop the rank 4s. And then it can drop the rank 5s. And since you're doing this during a double refinement, you're going to get 2 of these. That's the whole point of this. You can do this anytime. There does not have to be a 2 times refining stone event. The reason this is so adequately farmed right now is because of the event, because you're doubling up on your loot. But by all means, if you want to farm this because you really need those enchanting stones and you don't want to pay the inflated price, that's up to the individual player. You can actually do this not during the event, you're just not getting double the rewards. So double refining stones is a huge deal to your overall profits, or if you actually need the items themselves. Now, like I said, you will have to cross-reference the prices on Genie's Gifts. These ones are just account bound because Cryptic gives out Genie's Gifts all the time. So I've just accumulated, 43 over the past several years. Next, I want to talk about when you're adequately farming. So you want to have at least 1 Quartermaster, 2 Fey Blessings, and 2 Dragon Hordes to maximize your farming potential. You're going to want to take out your utility slots. If you're running 5 Tacticals, you're not adequately farming. Or if you have 5 Dark Enchantments in, like I do. I have 5 Darks in currently, but if you're running 5 Tactical Enchantments, there's no reason for that. You're simply going to do a circle. You can pick whatever farming location you want, to be honest. I typically just go right here. I run in a circle right here. I've done it on stream many times. I literally just run this circle, kill all these mobs over and over and over and over and over again. I will collect those onyx fragments. Like you can see, I have 840 of these. These are also available to purchase on the auction house. These are in your riches tab. If you navigate down to your riches tab, you can sell these on the auction house as well. So if you come across the deal with someone that doesn't know what they are and they're selling them very cheap, keep in mind 50 onyx fragments will get you 1 key. So just keep that in mind. but you want to adequately farm. So even if you don't need the refinement, I don't need refinement points. I have 6.2 million refinement points. But why not maximize your time? If you're going to sit there and farm Onyx fragments, you might as well, and it doesn't even matter if you have a rank 10 quartermaster or rank 11 phase and rank 10 dragon hordes, it's going to be better than running nothing. It's essentially free refinement that you're going to accumulate non-stop while you're farming. Now, if you pre-plan this event and you already know that you're going to have, 1,000 keys or whatever, then you could just get right to the farming and just mindlessly farm Phantasmal Fortress and just pray to the RNG gods that you do get the +5 enchanting stones. So that's up to you. That's pretty much the video. I'm not going to run through Phantasmal Fortress. I believe I did in the original video, so if you want to watch that, be my guest. Link will be in the description. But I had a lot of people asking me what the big deal is with Dreadring and why so many people. I think someone had told me at one point in time there was 150 instances of Phantasmal Fortress. Now, you can do it with friends, but most of those people are soloing it. So that's one person in Phantasmal Fortress. That's 150 people farming it at the same time. So that's how important this is, and that's the money potential that you can make depending on what platform you are and the current prices on the auction house. So that is a quick little guide, just a little rundown of the Dread Ring, how important 2x refinement is, and how you can make substantial amounts of AD if you put the time and the dedication to actually farming the event. And like I said, at the very end, it is RNG. You could do 5 of those in a row, burn 5 keys, and not get any rank 5s. So be prepared to fight with the RNG gods. Hopefully RNG is in your guys' favor. Leave me a comment below. Tell me how much have you farmed so far, and how many stones you've received so far currently from the event. If you're watching this in the future, you should be able now to have an idea, especially if you're a new player, how to pre-plan ahead. Make sure you're always keeping up with the calendar. The calendar is the way. The calendar will pre-plan for you and tell you what is coming up. I don't think there is another 2x refinement currently on the calendar. So there isn't. So the next time 2x refinement even comes around on Xbox, at least, we're already going to be in July. There's not another one anytime soon, I don't think, unless I missed it, unless I'm blind. So you can always pre-plan this, guys. Make sure you're planning ahead. Make sure you have the resources available to you, and then farm non-stop and reap the rewards. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got the information that you were seeking, and now you understand a little better. And like I said, farm away, guys. Leave a like on the video. It'll really boost the channel and really help the YouTube algorithm. I'll see you guys real soon.